What's up, Big Bear Nation? Welcome back to not the homestead. We're here at Steck and we're getting ready to get some service done on our K9 and also get some stuff fixed that Jason broke because he's not here to defend himself, so that's what I'm gonna say. But this is one of their techs. And your name?
Eric.
This is Eric, and Eric is gonna show you all of the wonderful things that he's gonna fix for us today.
Alright, so we're back. We got a door handle that's not functioning properly. We'll look in here and see if we can see anything. Of course, we see something moving in there, so we know the handle's connected from here to here. So we're going to take this cover off instead of this one, and see what's not slack.
They're not talking.
Oh, it should have 2 ears on it, my bad, and not the second hole. 2 ears on it to hold it in right there.
In place.
So, it's just gonna fall back out.
I gotcha.
That piece there slides
like
up around.
A rubber, yeah. Oh, okay, so it's busted right there.
Right.
I see it. Okay.
So this piece right here actually comes off. We can order one of these and send it to you, and your husband on a good day can fix it.
Can fix it. How does that?
So it's just going to actually go in the hole first. When you get the new one, you'll have 2 of these fingers on it. It'll go in the hole like this. You'll stick your lever in, this here in, and then you'll just rotate it in to lock on this shoulder.
Okay.
I'll leave it in there for right now so he knows
where it needs to go.
There's no way. I'm making put a wire tie around that just to hold it in place right now. And if he's like me, it'll be there till it breaks, then I'll fix it. But
then you fix it, yeah.
So there's a couple things going on here. So.
Well, I'm sure that being loose probably didn't help that other piece.
Threads, another bolt here.
All right.
And that other bolt may be in here rattling around somewhere.
It probably is.
First came out, we might could have dumped it out and found it. But
yeah.
Been riding around the back.
Yeah, it's probably long gone.
See if that don't make it a little better.
Oh yeah, you can tell it's not jiggling like it was.
Sometimes jiggle's good. I like jello.
Right, but not in mechanical parts. There we go. Much better.
So we put a temporary wire tie in place to hold it temporarily while the original part gets ordered there, and
awesome.
That'll work.
It'll work for now. What'd you say? It'll work until it won't?
Until it don't. All right, so here we have a traditional carbon tile tester. You hook the leads up, positive, negative. Hold this for 5 seconds and watch where it goes, and it'll tell you. These digital ones are a lot more accurate, a little more expensive, but they give you a little better readout. Plus, you give you a printout so you can send to your customer and say, hey, this is your battery. This is a test on it. You can do cranking test, alternator charge test, and everything. So we'll just hook positive and negative and go from there. You want to check your cold crank amperage. So in this case, it's a 12-volt battery with 690 cold cranking amps. This illustration because you can't really see in there.
Yeah. So we're looking for 690.
We'll take this right here. We'll hit enter. We're doing a battery test. Regular flooded battery, cold cranking amps. Enter, and we'll run it up to 690. Oh, down to 690. That was the tractor battery over there. It was 1200. Usually we on 300, so I'm so used to going up instead of down. Dun, 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 dun.
It's coming.
Okay, so we hit 690, hit enter, and it'll actually do a load test electronically on it.
Alright.
So your health is 100%, charge is 92%,
okay,
and you're good to go.
Awesome.
Cold cranking amps is 690.
690, awesome.
So you can take a picture of that if it's down. You know, a lot of customers bring their tractors in and say, hey, my battery's good. Yeah, it might have 12 volts, but that don't mean the battery's good, and it'll show health 0%, cold cranking amps 300 or 30, and you show
now
them,
the charge, what is that? The charge means that it's
that it's actually charged. When you crank it up, the alternator charges it, or this has been sitting on the yard for a while.
And then it was sitting with us for a while too.
And we
so
started it several times without allowing it to build the battery back up. So your charge is going to be a little low, but if you ran this thing for 20 minutes, it'd probably be back to 100.
Back at 200. Okay.
Well, it should be in your manual there, but that's your capacities for everything. So we're basically doing a 100-hour service here. So we'll do engine oil, fuel filters are 200.
Right.
So your fuel line hoses, connections, caps, air cleaners, air filter check. You don't replace it. Intake hose connects filter. So brake fluid level, drive shaft CV boots.
Looks like the big one on this one is a 200.
Right.
Okay. So with a tractor, it's the 100, but in this guy, it's about 200.
Right. So of course we've already got our seat off here. We've got our 3 Phillips or 4 Phillips head bolts out of the cover here, and this one should have 2 thumb wheels on it. One here and one here, which is missing. This will lift straight up and then out. Now you can access, your oil filter here. Yep. When you drain this, it's going to get all on the pan. There ain't no way around that. You just have to clean it good when you're done. But from underneath, we'll take the oil plug out, drain the oil, then we'll spin the filter off. Okay. We'll check it.
Is there anything to look for with those that it's doing? Like I know with a car, you can look at the oil filter and see.
You can pour that out and see if you can see any metal contaminants in it like that.
Cool.
Ain't no metal shavings or anything like that.
I don't see anything.
No sparkles in it. So that's always a good thing.
Good.
So during our inspection, doing the belt tension, we also noticed the alternator bracket here is loose somewhere, some way. So we'll have to remove it completely, figure out what's going on with it. So in our video last, we had this alternator rocking back and forth. You got a pin holding it in the top and this one going through the back. So we've got a washer here. Should have one here as well. So that's missing from the factory. So once we install that, everything will work properly. But if we caught it, if we hadn't caught it when we did, we would have premature failure. It would have rocked until it wore that ear off or the bolt off. It would have snapped off. It would have landed in there. The fan belt would have went around and probably broke the fan belt, the alternator, the fan, and possibly the water pump fully. So
that would have been a bad day. Oh, well, thank you for finding that.
By then it would have been out of warranty, and you might have had an argument from your dealer trying to get it covered.
Trying to get it fixed, and you wouldn't have been able to really prove that it wasn't there because at that point, parts went flying everywhere. So, so that's why it's important to make sure that all that stuff gets checked. That's pretty cool.
It's best to bring it in for at least 50 hours of the first service. Let them double check everything after it's broke in. And then if you want to do them after that,
Right, but at least you could put eyes on the stuff that should have been right at the factory from the beginning.
So as you can tell, we installed a washer here behind the bushing, and you can see how much more sturdy that is already. It's just going to hold it.
Not moving. Because you had, earlier when you found it, it was because you were moving the belt.
Right, because you want to check the tension on the belt. You want to pull, have deflection. So you want about a 10 millimeters movement in a foot, or a quarter inch in a foot.
Gotcha.
Any more than that, you'd loosen the screw, push your alternator back to tension the belt properly.
That's a whole nother problem. Awesome.
We moved our air filter housing here, pull our air filter out. You know, one would think this don't look too bad, but tapping on the floor, getting all that dirt that's in there. So at that point, I would change this filter out. A lot of people take an air gun, blow it out, but you got 150 pounds of air pressure. Blowing into a piece of paper, what do you think happens?
It's going to tear
knock holes in it.
Right.
So now instead of that dirt being caught here, it's in your engine, causes premature wear, gets in the bearings, gets in the oil.
Causes a problem.
Yeah, so it goes through the carburetor into the valves and starts scoring your cylinders. All you need is a $10 filter. Prevent a $1,000 engine. Okay. I'm gonna actually change this filter out.
All right. And where is that? Where was that at? Right there. Okay. Right in there. You can just take it out.
Inside there, and you see how much dust pops out of that. So.
Are these just? It's just little.
Yeah. So these here are just spring loaded.
That,
lock them in and pull them down.
Okay.
And these air filters, I mean, they're not that expensive, but if you're at home, you're in real dusty conditions, and you do it just to walk around once a month checking it, just take that out, just tap it like that, turn it, tap it, turn it, tap it, and just keep doing that until no dust comes out, and that'll help a whole lot till you get a new filter in it. But I wouldn't blow it with air, wash it with water. You're just gonna create more damage.
Okay. And that's the new one going in. Yep.
Slide it in, give her a little turn there, put the cap on. The cap just goes down, and of course, this portion here goes toward the bottom, so that's just a
what is that? Just a blow?
little squeeze, yeah. So any dust, dirt, acorn, whatever, you just kind of flick that, and it'll let it run out, or any moisture it does, try to condensate in there, run out, but shouldn't be any in there.
Okay.
We'll just pop it on, latch both of them. Can you see this filter here?
Yes, I can.
That's your fuel filter. So your fuel comes in and out. This is the pressure here that pumps your fuel filter up when you change it out. You turn this bleed screw here, just pump this till it comes out, and then that sucks fluid from your fuel tank into the filter. Tighten that back down, pump it up as tight. Now you got adequate pressure going to your fuel injectors to prevent them from running dry and causing a worse start condition. It's a little harder to prime then. So.
Now that one doesn't get changed this time around.
Correct.
That goes on the like 200.
That's
I
correct.
think we saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you was having problems with it stumbling or hard to start or water in the fuel light coming on, then we'd change it. But there is a white.
Yeah,
you
I see
that.
Down there.
So if you do get water in the fuel or something, you can loosen that up, let the fuel drain out, tighten it back in. Of course, prime it like you just said, and it'll drain that water out of the tank, and you can still drive it out of the filter.
Oh yeah, there's a radiator.
Yeah, so we're just checking the connections, the hoses, the reservoir, brake fluid level. And just check for any other potential damage or grease fittings while we're under here. So we'll put some in there. That's about 2 inches below the minimum. You don't ever want to fill these up because when it gets hot, it expands, pushes fluid down.
Pushes it down in there. Yeah.
Sucks it back in. Great place to put that clamp. But you know, on fuel lines and stuff like that, you want to use a clamp like this versus one like
that
this.
one.
Because it expands and contracts. This hose will swell up. And if you got this one on, it'll swell up and tear the hose. Where if you got this one on, it'll expand with it and recontract with it.
Yep.
So a lot of people throw these in the trash. I hate these stupid clamps. And they'll use these. And there's a reason they put
use
them on.
them for those, yeah. And you say that's brake fuel?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's still,
Just give her a good once over here.
Yeah, just to make sure there's nothing out of place like the washer. Cool.
And on the inside here, we've got some wires. These are just for like options on different stuff. We see people see a wire like that, a male and a female. Oh, so they forgot to plug that and they plug it in. Well, that's power in the ground. You just shorted
everything out, yeah.
And something's quit. So, you know, if it ain't plugged in, don't try to plug it in.
Don't try to plug it in.
Off this coolant reservoir, we're just going to add about 2 more inches to her here. So
because it was about 2 inches below where it needed to be, right?
So that's about what we needed on the minimum level here.
Yeah, I gotcha. I see it. So you don't want to like fill it up because that's.
If you fill it up whenever your engine gets hot, it's just going to blow right back out this other tube.
And then it goes back
this
into
other tube and just drops down on the ground.
So you're just wasting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll think you got a leak and you'll start tearing it apart for no reason.
Okay, so we've been here like almost all day, it feels like. And the last thing that has to be done is the windshield. Where's it at? Right there. We got to put the windshield in. It's not there yet. So this is a pretty extensive thing. They've got to take parts off, move stuff around, put brackets on things. So we're not obviously going to be able to catch all of that, but he's going to kind of tell you just a little bit of how the process works, because come to find out, our windshield has a windshield wiper on it. So that's pretty exciting. So he's got to put a reservoir. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that has to happen. So I'm going to let him tell you real quick what needs to happen. And then the next shot, you'll see through the magic of editing that it's already on there. So fingers crossed that goes well.
So we'll have to take the canopy cover off, take some brackets off, open the hood, take the cowl pieces off, takes the dash off, the instrument panel, several pieces off there. We'll have to install a bracket to secure the windshield across the top to the canopy, brackets, front windshield cowl, actually install the windshield brackets on the windshield, all the supporting brackets with the rubber isolators, dampeners, hinges. Get all those in, hang the windshield, then we'll install the wiper motor on, the seal around the cow covers to keep it waterproof while you're driving. Hoses for the reservoir to run fluids from here to the wiper motor. Then we'll do all the wiring, so it'll go from the relays to the switches to the fuse box to the
now
wiper.
is that where this, like that, where all those little are? Okay,
Right.
so
Those
it'll
are
be right
accessories
next
there.
to, okay. So it'll be
We
right
put it in any of them you want, but normally we just put it
right
next
next to
station.
it. Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, well, that's exciting. I'm excited. And then you said that it's going to, it'll
Yeah, there'll
lift
be a
up
hinge
just a
here,
little
so
bit.
you can open it. It'll open up probably 4 inches right here.
So it'll
Let air
have,
come under it while you're driving. No rain come in.
especially in the summertime, that'll be important.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to leave you to it. And hopefully the next time I see it, it'll be all put back together.
Right.
I have faith in you.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so K9 is back. Eric hooked up the windshield. As you can see, windshield wipers on. I'm gonna show you something cool. There's a function now right there. Okay, so let's see if I turn the key on, if I can turn on the windshield wipers. Let's see. Okay, you ready? Oh, look at that. And then if I want to put some windshield wiper fluid, woo! How fancy schmancy is that? And turn it off. So I would say he did a good job. Quick shout out to Eric. Eric is a newer tech at the shop that we weren't familiar with from our filming before. And I have to say, Eric fits in perfectly with Steck, because the customer service side of Steck, they're always going above and beyond. And now I can honestly say that the shop is doing the exact same thing. Like before, it was great, but Eric went above what we brought the K9 in for. Obviously, we did the oil change. He caught something that could have potentially been a big problem. He did go ahead and install the windshield wiper, but he also, I had an issue with my stick shift. The metal had separated from the plastic, and I had mentioned to him, I said, well, if you're gonna have to take the dash off to set up that function for the windshield wiper, could you see if there's something you could do to maybe fix that so that it doesn't keep jiggling around? And he did. Look, he went ahead and put in some bolts or lock nuts or whatever those are, lock screws, so that it's not moving. That's perfect. Now we had broken this piece, but this part was floating around, and that was going to potentially be a problem. So since he had to go ahead and do that, he went ahead and fixed that for us. That was awesome. The other thing though, the biggest thing, well, two big things. One, the hinge on the door had broken, and it looks like he had replaced that. So that's fixed and done. And to me, that wasn't as big of a deal. But this here, and I'm gonna show you in just a second a little bit better. I had mentioned to him that the grill, I had messed up the grill less than a day after we got it. And while it's not a functional thing that's a problem, it's purely cosmetic, I feel like he could tell that it was bothering me. And so he straightened out, y'all, look. He straightened out the brush guard on the front, and where I had my little zip tie fix that they gave me, he went ahead and put that all back together so that, now granted, you know, we didn't replace this piece right here. It's still, I mean, it's still busted off the side, but he put everything back in line so that it naturally fits together again instead of it separating and looking just awful. So I have to say that was a very pleasant surprise that I was very happy to see. So thank you, Eric. Thank you, Steck, for not only being such a great customer service and sales side of it, but also, man, y'all are doing a bang up job with the service side of it. Now, if you like this video, go check out our other video where we were with Eric, and he's helping us fix the transmission belt that we had a problem with. It was the whole reason why we brought the K9 in to begin with, besides doing the 100-hour service. Thank you for stopping by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless, and have a nice day.